Hey, hi guys, welcome back. Rekha here. So today's topic is final keyword in Java. So we will understand where we can use the final keyword and what it is. So first we will understand what it is the final keyword in Java. So final keyword basically it is a keyword in Java which is used to restrict the user. So if any class, method or variable are there and which we don't want to access to other person, then that time we can use the final keyword. So final keyword we can use with the variable, we can use with the method and we can use with the class. So if I'll use a final keyword with the variable, then we cannot change the value of final variable. So if you want to change the value of variable, then you cannot use once you declare the final variable. And in the method, once you declare a final method, then you cannot override. Then you cannot override the method. And in the same way, once you declare a final class, then you cannot inherit with any other class. So this is the use of final keyword. Let me go with this final variable. Let me create a program. Now I'll create one package with the name of final keyword. Final keyword. Now let me create a one class with the name of final variable. Now I'll create one main method. See. So now I'm going to create a method. Sorry, a variable. So let's suppose that I'm creating a variable with the name of a is equal to 10. So since I'm declaring a value 10, then it will be integer data type. So I'll take a int and I'll print this data a. So suppose that if I want to print this value, then it will give an output that is 10. And now suppose that I am creating one another variable that is a is equal to 20, right? And again I want to print this value 20, then it will change the value. Now it will give an output 10 and 20 both. It will print both the value. But if I will declare final with this variable, then we cannot change the value of final variable. It will give an error here. So let me show you by using final keyword. See, it has started giving an error here. And what it is saying? The final local variable a cannot be assigned. It must be blank and not using compound assignment. So since it is a final variable, then we cannot change the value of final variable. And if I remove this final variable, then we can assign. See, error has gone. And without using final variable, it is executing and giving an output which is 10 and 20. But if I'll declare as a final, then we cannot change the value of final variable. And usually we declare final variable in a capital letter. If you declare in a small letter, then it won't give any error. But it's a good practice if you use capital letter. So every time we need to use capital letter if you are declaring final, so that people get understand. If you are not using this final, then still if they are not seeing this final keyword, then still they can understand while seeing this capital letter. So they can understand this is a final keyword, right? So this is a good practice if you are using capital letter. So once you declare a variable uh, as a final, then you cannot change the value of final variable. Now we will move into the method. Second one is method. So if you declare a method as a final, then you cannot override the final method. So let's see the example. Let me create one more class for final method. So I will give the name final method. Final method test. Right. I'll create a main method here. Right. So this class I have created for test only. This is the main class and main method. Now I am going to create one more class. So I'll create a class with the name of bank. Bank, right? So let's say in a bank, in bank we use like bank account, OTP, something will be there, ATM pin. So these are the things which we can secure, right? Which we can restrict to user, right? So let me create a method. Suppose that I'm creating a method with the name of bank account. Bank account, right? And here I will print some account number. Suppose that this is my account number, bank account number. So bank account number we can provide to someone else if suppose that I need money from someone else and they are asking my bank account number, then I can provide the bank account number. Bank account number, IFSC code, we can provide them so that they can transfer an amount in my account number. But we cannot share OTP, ATM pin, right? These are the secure. We cannot share with anyone. So let me create one more method, void. Suppose that OTP number. So OTP number is secured. We cannot share with anyone. If any OTP we are getting from bank, then we cannot share to anyone. So here, let me suppose that here, this is my OTP number, right? Which we cannot share. So this is a one class with the name of bank. I have created one class where I have created two methods. One is bank account and second one is OTP number. Now I am going to create one more class. Suppose that this class name is thief. And I'm extending this is a child class, right? Now I'll copy these methods and I'll paste it here, right? So earlier what we were doing, while overriding, right? While overriding, we can access the, like once I'll use this child class, extend keyword, right? Then it will make is a relationship. So it can access all the record of superclass, parent class. It can it can have all properties and behavior of a parent class. So now with the help of overriding, thief can steal the data of bank, right? Let me show you how thief can steal. So suppose that what thief is doing, thief is creating an object, right? And with the help of this reference variable, thief can steal the bank record. Let's say suppose that thief want to access bank account number and thief want to access OTP number as well, right? So as of now, thief can steal the data, steal the account number, steal the OTP number while overriding the method. So this is a overriding concept, right? Subclass method name should be the same as in the parent class method name, right? This is a concept of overriding, right? So while overriding, thief can steal all the record of bank. And see, I'll show you how thief is stealing the record of. See, now thief has stolen the bank account number and OTP number. So if bank want to restrict the user, then bank what will do? Bank can use the final method here, final keyword. So once bank will use the final keyword, then thief cannot access the data of bank. See, now we are getting an error here. And what it is saying, cannot override the final method from bank, right? So now thief cannot access the data. Now thief cannot steal the data of bank. So if I'll use final keyword here for the bank account, again, see, again we are getting an error for this bank account as well. And it is giving the same message. So we cannot override the final method. So if you want, if some data is very secure, then we can use the final keyword. And if we are using a final keyword, then other member cannot access those data, right? So this is a concept of final keyword. And let me remove this final keyword, right? So third one is class, right? So if we declare a final class, then we cannot inherit the final class. Suppose that if I am declaring a final here, final keyword, then we cannot inherit, we cannot extend the superclass in the child class. We cannot. It is not possible because since I am making this class as a final, it means all the data which we have used in this class, those will be secure. Other people cannot access. If this thief wants to extend, wants to make a relationship with this class, then they cannot make any relationship because that is already final, right? So they cannot inherit the class. They cannot, while inheriting, while overriding, they cannot access the data. Because if they will inherit the data, if they will inherit this class, then they can acquire all the properties and behavior. But since it is a final, so it is restricted area. Now they cannot access it. They cannot steal any data. So this is the concept of final keyword. And it is a very important. It is a very important interview questions. Most of the interviewer will ask you what is the final keyword. So whenever they will ask you what is the final keyword, then you need to explain each and everything. What is the definition and where we can use, why, what happened when we will use final keyword, final variable, final method, and final class. So you need to explain each and everything if interviewer asks this question. So this is the thing. If you, I hope you guys understand. If you have any doubt in this final keyword, then you can ask in the comment. I'll explain. Thank you guys.